This is the Old Musician's Blog number 62. I'm pretty sure it's number 62. It's another Wednesday, and that means it's another day down at the bakery, and I could talk about that. But I talk about that a lot, and I probably will talk about it some more. But right now I wanted to talk about dreaming, because I just didn't get enough chance to say what I wanted to about dreaming, as though someone were listening to something that I was talking about. Now, I don't know if that's the case or not, because sometimes people listen or watch things, and then they, don't necessarily, they may or may not press the like button or the upvote button or whatever that is. And when they do that, then you can tell somebody was looking at this. But there may be other people who are just lurking. Sometimes I like to lurk. I'll go around and look at various kinds of things. And it's a bit like dreaming, because here you look into this window and you look into that window and you go through this doorway and you travel in various kinds of altered states that merge and submerge and emerge out of your present moment of experiencing the now as it alters itself around the thought processes and brainwave interactions that happen during the sleeping time. There's this place in dreaming, and you encounter it most, I encounter it the most, on the way into sleep. And I think they have a word for it, hypnagogic or hypnagogic. Hypnagogic, I kind of think of it as hypnagogic. And that hypnagogic state is a moment between sleeping and waking where the reality of the images, sounds, smells, feelings, and experiences of the present moment of observation become as loud or even louder sometimes, for want of a better word, more powerfully present than reality. And it's a very difficult place to tolerate for a long period of time, or even a short period of time. Often what happens when one emerges into the hypnagogic state is that the realization causes a shock to the system that brings one back to wakingness, or perhaps, and I'm not sure about this, causes one to fall deeply into an unconscious sleep. It is possible to reside in the hypnagogic space. And to a great extent, this is what lucidity of dreaming is about. This barrier between sleeping and waking is a barrier of awareness, of consciousness. One can observe the consciousness of sleeping in dreams. One can observe the consciousness of waking in the waking state. And it's, to a great extent, the dreaming state is made up of elements that are often experienced in the waking state. And to some extent, they may or may not be altered in the present moment of how one's experience is running. This transmission of the information from one state to the other, it makes for the ability to remember the dream, to remember the flexibility and the imagination of dreaming. And in so doing, that, what does it do? It dreams. It dreams. It dreams. And the hypnagogic state merges with that dreaming. And that dreaming becomes an awakening. And the awakening has the ability to do anything and be anything. And yet it is the ability to let the dream be what it wants to be and remain in the observation state that allows the person to reside hypnagogically. And this residual hypnosis